Hi, Jeff here. Revival Ready didn't begin as a book. It began as a burning that never really went away or went out. Back in 2016, I was at a conference in Auckland, New Zealand. Bill Johnson was there, Winky Pratney was there, and I was really stirred. Winky in particular, he had a profound impact on me. He's a revivalist, a teacher, a disciple maker, and someone who has spent his life studying the patterns of revival and freely giving that wisdom away. He's great. At that conference, someone handed me a Bible, the Revival Study Bible, edited by Winky Pratney and Steve Hill, the evangelist from the Brownsville Revival. This Bible was packed with insight from men and women who had walked in revival, studied revival, and they carried revival. It opened something up inside my heart. That moment became the trigger. I began to ask some deeper questions. What happens when God truly visits a people? What happens when heaven comes in power? What changes when revival touches lives, communities, and nations and releases a great harvest? Well, life happened. It interrupted my pursuit for a season, but the fire never went out. It stayed there, burning quietly. Then, just a few months ago, Holy Spirit stirred it again. And I knew what he was saying. Now is the time. Ignite it and bring it out. So I truly believe we're entering a season of revival, a move of God unlike anything we have ever experienced up to now. So I returned to the study. I revisited the voices of revival, men and women from history and from our lifetime, those who carried fire, walked in surrender, and saw God move in power. And as I studied, a pattern emerged. I focused especially on 3 revivals that shaped me personally. Brownsville, Pensacola, where I stood in lines of hundreds of people watching them press into the presence of God, desperate just to get inside. And the question burned in me, would we be ready if God moved like that again? Then there was Wales, where I walked through some small chapels and I saw photographs of miners and their families lined up along canals, preparing to be baptized. You could still feel it. Something holy happened there. And then there was Azusa Street, where a revival began in a tiny home on Bonnie Bray Street. I spent hours praying in that home. There was still something in the air, a residue of surrender, a weight of glory. As I studied these revivals, I discovered 10 common traits, 10 spiritual realities that consistently appeared when God moved in power. And I realized something. Revival isn't accidental. It comes where hearts are prepared. That's where Revival Ready was born. I wrote this book, Revival Ready, Walking in the Fire, Living for the Harvest, because I believe revival and harvest always go together. Fire falls and fruit follows. So this channel here on YouTube exists because I want to be ready. Holy Spirit ready, burning, available, and positioned. So if you sense that stirring in your own heart, and if you know there's more, then you're in the right place with me. This is the beginning, and I'll see you in the next video.